Do you sell or do you do sales? Welcome to my mini series all around sales, where I'm just gonna break it down. We're gonna go one by one what I mean by the difference. So let's start with S. The S in sales to me stands for serve. I have a fiduciary duty to my client to get them whatever is in the best interest to them. So sales for me is if I have a client right in front of me and maybe I don't have the product, maybe I know that a competitor of mine has a better product. Do I force them into a loan that's not the best fit for them? Or do I take a moment and say, you know what, in the best interest of this client, I'm gonna give them to my competitor. And hopefully they realize, of course, what I did and refer me or stay friends with me, but I'm continually serving my clients over and over. Now that's serving. Now the A in sales is ask. You gotta make sure you ask questions. What I find is most of my clients don't exactly, yes, there's a select few that know exactly what they want, but 90% of them don't know what you want. And so they come into me and yeah, they want to buy a house, but they don't know about the payment. They don't know really anything. I've got a little bit of money down. You have to ask those questions. What is your budget? Why do you want this area? What is important to you? Is a big backyard is important to you? No backyard. You don't want any dogs or kids running around. That doesn't matter. It's just like me. I go to my hairdresser. Amber, I love you. For the last 10 years, I go to her, I sit down and she says, okay, Laura, what do we want to do today? Yeah, I have no clue. Yeah, nope, I just have no clue. So she goes through a series of, do you want to keep it long? Is this a trim? Are we cutting it? Are we putting color in it? What are we doing? She is asking me 5 to 6 questions because I have no clue to really itemize what we're doing. Now for me, when I start asking questions, which comes to the next thing, is I'm listening. And sometimes, to be honest, like I struggle, my mind kind of wanders sometimes. And so one of the things that I've learned years ago when I listen, when I'm sitting there doing sales, is I have to have a notepad in front of me and I'm taking notes. I'm asking them, what is your budget? What purchase price range you want? What's your priority in a house? I'm physically taking notes. Yes, of course I can listen to them, but to really dive deep in figuring out my next question, I have to listen harder and really get a feel for what they want. It's all about listening more and talking less when you're sitting in front of the client. You want them just to word vomit all over you. When they're word vomiting, you have to make sure that you empathize with them. So if they want a big house, they just got married and they want, a 3-bedroom house, or they want a garage, or they want a backyard, like, oh, in my future, this is what I want, or I want to be an entertainer, I want a big kitchen to cook. I'm empathizing everything that they're saying. I'm nodding, I'm acknowledging, I'm listening through it. I'm concentrating on their feeling, not the exact solution at this point. I just want to hear what they have to say. There's a book, Never Split the Difference, by Chris Voss, that specifically goes into this. I know you're frustrated about X, Y, and Z. I'm empathizing with them. I know you're gonna be so excited if we get you a kitchen like this. I can tell you I'm a cook, and having a kitchen where I can store all of my things is the best thing for me. Which brings me to the very last portion of sales, where you bring it all together, where you take what you know is the best interest for them, where you take all of those questions that you asked, you listened to, you wrote down, where you took the empathy of their emotion, and now you can come up with a solution. You can summarize for them. You can play all their wants, needs, all of that back to them in a nice little bundle. And for me, sales is not just, here is your loan product. For me, sales is, I've got this for you, I've got this for you, I've got this for you. For every one summarization, I have 3 solutions that we can do the final tally to figure out which one is best for you. So remember, do you sell or do you do sales? It's an important distinction. And if you want to learn more about this theory, pick up the book, The Coaching Habit. I've got a link in my bio or below.